more time to my kitchen. It's dinner time over here, and today I'm gonna prepare la caldeirada de bacalhau. It's usually I make this at Christmas time. It's a favorite here around Christmas time, and I meant to do it during Christmas, but didn't have a chance, so I'm gonna do it today. So I have here potatoes. This is accordingly depend how many in your family. I think I have about 6 or 7 large potatoes. Crushed tomatoes, some olive oil, some parsley, some garlic, and then onions sliced half moon, or if like these are small, I just slice them. Some black pepper, some malagueta, and then some boneless cod. I buy the boneless because that way I'm not have to be looking for bones. My family don't like anything with bones. So anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do today. Like I said, this is ideal. I see a lot of people cooking this during the holidays, especially Christmas Eve. A lot of people do this. So in here, I put some olive oil in the bottom, and I'm gonna do this in a pot. You can do this in the oven too, depending however you want. So you're gonna do a layer of the potatoes. And with this, you know, we do cod, but you can add other fish. Tradition for us was just the cod. Then I'm gonna layer some of the cod. It's just making layers pretty much. And then some layer of onion. This is ideal because it's good for a crowd, to feed a crowd. Some garlic, some parsley. I'll get a spoon. You can add some malagueta, and you can just put it in there, and then once we put the liquid, it will blend. And then I'm gonna put some the crushed tomatoes. I'm using canned, but you can use fresh if you want it. But tomatoes are out of season, and they don't taste good when they're out of season. So I'm gonna drizzle more olive oil, and keep doing this until you run out of all the ingredients. And this with some French bread and a glass of white wine, it is perfect, or a nice beer. It's like I said, my family loves this recipe. And it's very simple. You can actually do this the night before. This cod is not cooked, it's raw. So it's going cook in here. And I'm not adding no salt because I soaked my cod for 2 days. But you'll taste it at the end if it needs more salt. So layer potatoes, garlic, some parsley. Put a little bit of black pepper, and then more malagueta, and then more tomatoes. So you can do this the night before, keep all this in the fridge, and like I said, you can do it in the stove or you can do it in the oven. I usually do mine in the oven because that way you're not worried if it's gonna burn. You just put it in the oven with a lid, and in no time you have a meal. So I'm gonna put the rest of the potatoes, and this makes a beautiful presentation for a dish. So the rest of the cod, and that's why I like the boneless, because it's already kind of in little pieces, and you don't have to be worried about bones. So I always buy boneless cod for 2 reasons. One reason is I don't have to worry about the bones, and the other reason is it's less expensive than if you buy the whole fillet. If I need to do something with the whole fillet, I get it, but if I don't, it's okay to use the boneless. I'm gonna put some of the parsley. I'm gonna leave some to the end. And I'm gonna add the rest of the malagueta. And I didn't put very much malagueta because this one is spicy. and then the rest of the tomatoes. Yeah, so you can do all this and then put all this in a refrigerator, and then when you're ready to cook, just throw it in the oven. And I'm gonna put a little bit more pepper. And then we're gonna need some water to cover the whole thing, but you wanna see, as soon as you start seeing the water at least halfway through the dish, then it's right. Because if you put too much water, then you'll have too much liquid, it'll be more like a soup. Here I have my Caldeirada de Bacalhau. So now I'm gonna cover this, and I'm gonna put this in the oven at 350, maybe about an hour. I'll check to see if the potatoes are cooked. It's all pretty much the potatoes to cook and the cod. And I'll see you. Come back. Okay, friends, my Caldeirada de cod is done. And it smells so good. Everything is cooked. So I'm gonna put the rest of the parsley over. So when you eat, you get that freshness. You get that little freshness. Here it is. A nice meal. Especially in those places where it's so cold. Let's see how this tastes. I didn't have no salt. And it's perfect. Wow. I haven't made this in a while. It is so good. Look, all these flavors. It is so good with some nice fresh bread. This is what's gonna be for dinner for us today. Caldeirada de Bacalhau. Or some could say cod stew. That could be another way. We love this here in our home. So, you know, here's another ideal recipe that my mom used to make. And it's delicious, and it's easy, and it's economical because you don't need a lot of cod. And especially if you get the boneless cod, it's even better. And you put it in the oven. It took an hour. It took an hour to cook the whole thing. But I had the temperature at 375. So, and here it is. So give it a try at this recipe. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to click the bell so you be notified that my new video is coming up. I'm trying to put more videos because now I'm getting a little bit more time. So I'm trying to get more videos out. And if you shared these videos with your friends, with anybody that you know that be interested in knowing these recipes. But this is another ideal recipe for those days that you don't know what to cook, or for those times. Like I said, especially this was ideal for Christmas. Christmas Eve. Everybody would make this. Caldeirada de Bacalhau. And it's so good. So anyway, until next time, let's get cooking.